It's been over a decade since we last saw a new GTA. That's over 10 long years of waiting, dreaming, and speculating. This isn't just a sequel. It's the game Rockstar wants you to play for the next 20 years. And that's not just speculation. Because behind the scenes, Rockstar has been quietly laying the foundation for something bigger. Something they've never attempted before. Patents, technologies, and subtle clues hidden in plain sight are all pointing towards a single, groundbreaking reality. GTA 6 could genuinely be the final GTA game we'll see for an entire generation. In 2013, Rockstar released Grand Theft Auto V, a game that didn't just dominate its launch year, but remains relevant for over a decade. It became the golden standard for open-world design, storytelling, and scale. And what followed was a blueprint for longevity. Because with GTA Online, Rockstar transformed the game into a living, breathing service. Constant updates, new modes, and updates kept millions engaged long after the main story ended. GTA 5's success across 3 console generations wasn't an accident, as Rockstar realized that evolution was the future, and they ran with it. They saw the power of systems that could scale and worlds that didn't need replacing, just updating. And GTA 6 is the natural progression of that idea. But this time, they're thinking even bigger, because the time, money, and technology being poured into this game aren't meant to fuel a short-term blockbuster. They're building something meant to expand and evolve for decades. And to truly understand how far they're going, you have to look at what most people haven't: the patents. Quietly filed over the years, these documents reveal Rockstar's real plan, not just for a new game, but for a new era of Grand Theft Auto. And one of the clearest signs of that vision lies in a patent for interior generation. Filed by Take-Two Interactive in 2017, this patent describes a system that can automatically create and customize indoor environments based on simple descriptive tags and parameters. Think of it like a magic decorator for buildings and houses. Developers tag props and objects with keywords about their style or condition. For example, old, rusty, cheap, or new, high-end, and luxury. The game can then auto-decorate an interior or a whole neighborhood by looking at these tags. If a building should look run down, the engine will fill it with more old and worn-down furniture and textures. If it's a fancy place, it will use more modern and luxury items. The system can even adjust numeric parameters like how many items are on a shelf or how dirty a floor is, all without a human placing every detail by hand. If this system is implemented, this could let environments evolve over time, abandoned buildings becoming renovated, or high-end areas slowly decaying without needing manual design work. But dynamic interiors mean nothing if the world around them still feels robotic. That's why Rockstar also reinvented how NPCs think and move. The NPC navigation patent is a system designed to make the people around you feel less like background filler and more like they actually belong in the city. It's going to make sure that less of this happens and more of what you'd expect in a real city with NPCs that actually know how to handle the road. Because this patent refers to using a road network graph and more advanced algorithms for pathfinding. This means the NPCs have a kind of map of the roads and possible routes, and they can compute the best path or react if one path is blocked, similar to how a GPS might reroute you. It's a small change on paper, but one that completely transforms how the world feels in motion. These improvements should make the city feel more alive and less predictable, because pedestrians and drivers will behave in more varied, lifelike ways instead of rigid and pre-scripted patterns. And to sell that illusion, their movements need to match. That's where Rockstar's new animation system comes in. This patent introduces a totally new character animation system. Character movements for both player characters and NPCs will be generated in a more modular and dynamic way, rather than using tons of pre-made animations for every specific action. The result should be movements that look more natural and varied and can adapt to the situations on the fly. Traditionally, games typically use preset animation trees or clips. For every action or state, be it walking, running, crouching, injured, or carrying a weapon, there might be a separate animation or a blend of a few. But the more complex the situation, the more unique animations you need. For instance, the way a character walks uphill in rain while injured would be a specific animation in a traditional system. This approach is labor-intensive and rigid. But Rockstar's system flips that completely by breaking movement into modular building blocks. Instead of animating every possibility, they combine small, reusable pieces in real time to match any situation, no matter how complex. Say your character Jason is running while crouched behind cover carrying a rifle, and he's injured. Instead of needing a single, injured crouch rifle animation, the system will combine a crouching motion, a running locomotion, an injured posture, and the motions of holding a long gun. It blends these together simultaneously to create one smooth movement. If any context changes, as in he stands up, or he heals from injury, or it starts raining, making things slippery, the animation can morph by adding or removing blocks. This makes characters move in ways that closely reflect all the conditions affecting them, without animators having to craft each possibility manually. While it sounds impressive, it leads us to a bigger question. Why is Rockstar going to such lengths just to make a game? Well, because games, and the way we play them, has changed. When GTA 5 launched in 2013, Rockstar saw something extraordinary unfold. Players weren't just playing the game, they were living in it. Communities were born, stories were told, and careers were made, all within a single evolving ecosystem. This is what Rockstar wants, but on a scale previously unseen. GTA 6 is engineered from its very core to grow and adapt. All these patented technologies we just saw serve one ultimate purpose: longevity. By building a dynamic world, supported by these groundbreaking patents, Rockstar can keep players invested for decades without ever needing to fully start from zero again. Look at GTA Online. 10 years later, it's still printing money and still attracting millions of players. Now imagine that, but scaled up, made smarter, and made more adaptable. GTA 6 is Rockstar's chance to not just repeat success, but redefine it. To own the next generation of gaming not by releasing new installments every 5 years, but by building one game that continuously reshapes itself year after year. Because when GTA 6 arrives, you won't just be buying a game, you'll be stepping into the next 2 decades of gaming history.